It's the middle of the afternoon, maybe around 2 or 3 o'clock. Earlier in the day you felt alert, your mind was sharp, but suddenly something changes. Your focus starts fading, your thoughts feel slower. Even simple tasks begin to require more effort. You may feel the urge to check your phone, or grab coffee, or simply stop working for a moment. Many people assume this afternoon slump is caused by poor sleep or lack of discipline. But in reality, something much deeper is happening. Your brain is running on biological rhythms. And one of those rhythms naturally lowers alertness during the afternoon. But why would the brain reduce energy in the middle of the day? To understand this, we need to look at how the brain regulates energy and attention across time. Because the brain does not operate at a constant level of performance. Instead, it runs on cycles. One of the most important of these cycles is known as the circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is the body's internal 24-hour clock. It regulates sleep, hormone release, metabolism, and alertness. This clock is controlled by a small region of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, located in the hypothalamus. The suprachiasmatic nucleus uses signals from light entering the eyes to synchronize the body's biological systems with the day-night cycle. But here's where it gets interesting. Circadian rhythms do not simply control sleep. They also regulate alertness and energy throughout the day. Most people experience 2 peaks in mental performance. One occurs during the late morning. The second occurs in the early evening. Between these 2 peaks, there's often a natural drop in alertness. This drop typically occurs in the early afternoon, and this leads to an unexpected effect. Your brain naturally reduces its level of arousal during this period. Attention systems become less active. Reaction times slow slightly. Mental tasks may feel more demanding. But the brain doesn't stop there. Another biological process contributes to the afternoon energy dip. Throughout the day, a molecule called adenosine gradually accumulates in the brain. Adenosine is produced as neurons use energy. As levels increase, adenosine begins signaling the brain that mental activity has been sustained for a long period. In response, the brain gradually increases the sensation of mental fatigue. This helps prevent excessive energy depletion. But the brain does something even more fascinating. At the same time, adenosine is rising. The circadian system briefly lowers alertness in the afternoon. These 2 systems combine to create the familiar afternoon slump. From an evolutionary perspective, this pattern may have served a useful purpose. Early humans often experienced intense physical and cognitive activity during the morning. A short reduction in alertness during the afternoon could encourage rest and energy conservation. In some cultures, this biological rhythm is still reflected in traditional midday rest periods. But in modern environments, many people attempt to push through this natural energy dip. Work schedules often demand continuous concentration throughout the day. And when the brain is forced to maintain focus during a biological low point, mental fatigue becomes more noticeable. This is why tasks that require sustained attention can feel especially difficult in the early afternoon. But once you understand how these biological rhythms work, something important becomes clear. The afternoon energy crash is not a failure of motivation. It is the result of coordinated biological systems regulating brain energy. Your brain is constantly balancing alertness, energy use, and recovery. Just like muscles cannot operate at maximum intensity all day, the brain also requires fluctuations in activity. By the way, if you're interested in understanding how the brain and body actually work, this channel explores the science behind those systems. Many everyday experiences become easier to understand once we examine the biology behind them. And the afternoon energy slump is one of the clearest examples. Your brain is not designed to operate at maximum intensity every hour of the day. It operates in rhythms, and those rhythms quietly shape how you think, focus, and feel. Vera Human explains the science behind how the human system works. Subscribe if you're curious about the biology of being human.